Hi all, welcome to my game week thoughts and everything else that's kind of happening just now within Sorare. As you can see on your screen, we have the common competition, which is quite amusing how very few are playing it just now, despite the common essence it's handy towards the seasonal missions for the credits. Like, I know for some people they're like, oh, it'll take ages to get the 20, it will take ages, but I've tried at the same time and I opened up quite a lot on the MLS cards, but if I can get an extra $20 credits in due course, I am all for it. I will be claiming once I get a chance. Like, the rules are fair, complete full La Liga common cards, and so forth. But the biggest annoyance of like the game week is not these. These have been handy. I've just not won any for a wee while. My annoyance was not putting in actual squads the last game week, despite the podium finish for the common competition. I wish I'd just put in limited and rare squads as usual, but I removed them all last minute, thinking I'd go for no card entry. Didn't happen, and it was just a bit of a disaster. But live and learn, and we put all our squads in this game week for midweek for where we can, from Club World Cup, MLS, and under 21 stuff. Just a pity we didn't have a rare goalie that was playing. We did try briefly, but when you've just got one MLS, you've just got to take it, build that, and hope for the best. And before that, there's massive numbers, but it's going to be hard when you've got like the Curacao lads to rely on, Roldan putting in steady numbers in the end, and everything else. But the challenge for me for game week 91 is, do I get tempted by any of the Global Cup stuff other than the main competition, which we keep entering, knowing that we're at least getting XP every time we enter. It's nothing much, but it's something. In fact, no, it's not. We've got to be top 500 banner, because I don't do it in season. But yeah, I've not looked at uncapped because of the summer edition cards. I haven't really cared about the arena in general. I need to review it, really see if it's really worth my interest. Coliseum, just never really looked into these properly, say, do I do them, do I not? Because as far as I was always, the belief was, I thought these were the competitions that were you had to give up essence, so I'm not sure. But next game week we'll have MLS, we'll have Contender, we're needing a rare Contender goalie for J1. I've seen a few options that appeal for this. Like, my biggest gripe with All-Star is I'd love an in-season version and a classic version, because while I've not, like, I might have some spare keepers, which I highly doubt, because I think I've got enough keepers to do me, but I feel like that's always been this trick that's been missed, even with under 23s, for example. I feel like that's been the trick missed, because, like, deep down, like, I might put this in, for example. I might go Bata, might go Tubbs, I might go Araki or Caden Clark, Fukuda, and then whoever maybe from midfield. But I'll have a think, and it's just part of my challenge just now. I might sort out more players, but it depends if I want to spend anything, because I've got like £8 net ETH, £6 ETH now, joys of things depreciating horribly. 316 limited, 64 rare, 6 super rare, 13.5 limited, 3000 rare. Still got nearly 20 cards to reveal, but at the same time, who cares? I need to just kind of shift stuff. going on the gallery. We've not brought any rares in for 2 weeks. Still try to shift them for cards I want, don't want. I've asked a couple of the people that I know that have keepers, and I'm like, look, I've got all these cards I would like to shift. I know they're not great, like Les, Sajanovic, Perez, who else might shift? Maybe Nisbet, maybe, depending who he goes to. Same with Billy Mitchell, and just say, right, here's a whole pile of cards, what can we do? But the problem is people are like, oh, the rares are harder to sell or whatever, and I'm like, look, let's make it happen. Schindlers were initially going to get shifted, but we've decided to keep them because of Eredivisie competitions. Just gives me more than enough goalies for Eredivisie orientated competitions, and I thought might as well. Broholm just tanking horribly his banner now that I see that he last sale was about a fiver at last check, £5 or £6 if it decides to refresh. I've just not bothered to sell them. Yeah, £2.53 last sale. Like last week before the transfer, I could have got my money back near enough. Or I would have technically made a bit of profit because people were willing to buy them at like 20 odd quid, like 25 quid, and I thought, oh great, so he's not really depreciating much. Now he's moved, it's just completely tanked his value, which is a bummer, but he's still in season for the rest of like 25, 26 seasons, so and before he decides to suddenly pop off with about 30 goals and Graham's playing him in every game week and we're laughing. But yeah, we'll have a wee look at the gallery. It's just a challenge now trying to, like, I'm going to have to sit down and, since we don't have Sorare data, I'm going to have to sit down and properly code every card into my spreadsheet so I can scrape it, so all I'm having to literally do is I'm going to try and make it as live as possible so that literally everything works, but I'll probably what I might do is build the sheet where everything that I'm keeping is on the main sheet, so it's like to keep on one page, to sell on another. So I'm like, for example, Geschford I'd get shot of, who else gets shot from this first page just for talking sake? Maybe Vitek, maybe Ascendi. I'll wait and see, but yeah, it's something to consider, and I can offer like Mitchell, for example, try and get shot at him and see what we can do from there. But let me know, folks, what you're kind of trying to do for Sorare, all that good stuff. As I said, he's 24, he's up in like a week's time, so see what we can pull from there. So have a good one, folks. Let me know what you've been plotting and all that kind of good stuff. As I said, all about thinning the gallery down and tidying up and overhauling it as best as we can. So take it easy all, thanks for listening, and I will catch you all later.